In this video I'll share a fast way to use custom reports to display a field if its value matches any value in a list. Here we have an FMEA for an audio speaker, and I'd like a list of all failure modes having a severity value of either 4 or 5. Let's create a custom report so we may reuse the report we create as a template for other documents. Let's right-click the Document tab and rename it to Report of Severity 4 or 5, to help identify it when we would like to reuse it for another document later. Let's specify the columns to view in our report. We'll add the document name and the failure modes. And of course, a column for severity. Next, we'll click the Criteria tab so we can limit our report results to just the information we need. First, we'll select to limit the report to just the intended FMEA document. We'll use the Document ID field to do that. To save time, we'll right-click our FMEA's Document tab and use the Context menu option to copy the document ID. Then I'll press Ctrl+V on my keyboard to paste that document ID. Let's refresh the report and see what we've got. This is a list of all failure modes and corresponding severity values from our document. But I'd like to filter that list to only show the ones with a severity of either 4 or 5. We could create a new or group, add a criteria condition to search for a value of 4 and add another condition to search for a value of 5. This approach is useful if we need to apply other conditions depending on the value. But in this case we just want any rows that contain a severity of 4 or 5, and we can easily accomplish this in just one line. We'll select Severity from the field drop-down menu. Then we'll select the option for In. This option allows us to match against a list of values. Our list is created by entering each term we want to search, separate by 2 vertical bar characters. If you're using a US keyboard, the vertical bar is located just above the / character and is selected by pressing the Shift key and the vertical bar at the same time. In this case, we want to match either 4 or 5. So I'll type the number 4, then 2 vertical bars, then the number 5. When we refresh our report, we see the filter has been applied and the report only displays rows with a severity of either 4 or 5. For a list of high and low values, we could either use the OR group method with greater than and less than conditions. Or we could simply select Not In from our drop-down menu, which enables us to reuse our value list. Clicking Refresh, we see our report now displays rows with severity values that are not 4 or 5. The options for In and Not In are available for text fields as well. So we could use it to generate a report from a list of document IDs or with one of several potential causes. There's almost an infinite number of configurations you can engineer with QA Assistant Studio Max custom reports. Check out some of the other videos for tips, tricks, and things you may not have even known was possible in QA Assistant Studio Max.